A long way from 416.
They got me.
I got to see how to run it.
I can't even do it for real.
You got to see how to run it. Oh, shit. Paradise. I'm in Miami, man. A long way from 416.
Power and then water for several townhomes and independent titles.
To the news at 6:30. A man is now in jail after a Houston police chase ended in that crash. Good evening to you. I'm Mayra Moreno.
And I'm Jonathan Bruce. Now, the crash took out power and then water for several townhomes and independent types.
And as ABC 13 Shannon Ryan reports, police say this all started as a case of mistaken identity.
Police tell us they thought they were pursuing one man wanted for a felony when they realized that they had actually been tailing somebody entirely different. But then they realized that he had several felonies himself. A chaotic ending to a chase.
I was like, finally, something I can actually put on Facebook.
With an equally chaotic beginning.
The officers in North Patrol Division were surveilling a location looking for a wanted fugitive, and it just so happens a different wanted fugitive popped up.
Captain Ryan Watson with the Houston Police Department says officers were at this apartment off of North Shepherd Thursday, watching who they believe to be a man wanted for an out-of-state robbery. But when they later stopped him and his female passenger for failing to signal, they realized he was somebody else.
No, they actually thought they were on the first person because the two look very similar.
Watson said when the second man identified himself, police realized he also had several felony warrants.
So we have prohibited weapons, which is typically short barrel weapons, machine guns, Glock switches, that sort of thing, and then an aggravated assault, deadly weapon, and an aggravated robbery warrant. So this is a person that had a lot of heavy-duty warrants.
Which is why Watson says police made the calculation to chase him about a half mile down this residential street, passing Hurt Porter's home.
And I saw this truck zooming down the street, bouncing off the speed bumps. And I was like, oh, I don't think he's gonna make that turn.
Police say he didn't make it, crashing out in this ditch before flying through this fence, temporarily knocking out electricity and water for a row of townhomes.
Before we could get any emergency personnel or a wrecker in there, we had to call Centerpoint Electrical to come in and to deactivate the line to make sure nobody got accidentally electrocuted because electricity and water typically don't mix.
And you can see just a real headache left behind for homeowners here, but thankfully nobody was
Where
hurt.
my fire starters at? GFTV back with another fire flame meltdown. Make sure y'all hit that like button, stomp, step, and stand all over that notification bell when you want the latest. And if you ain't a fire starter, hawker, walker, or stalker yet, what you waiting on, family? Come on over here and subscribe, because we stomp, step, and stand on real morals and traditional principles, and we know ain't nothing morally sound or traditional about the situation that's been going on down there in Texas. Now hit the like button, drop your fire and TVs in the chat, because it seems like no matter what little CJ Kasino do, no matter what city he in, what state he in, what town he's in, all right, it seems like trouble continues to follow him. Now, I'm getting word on the back end, y'all, all right, that it already has been confirmed that this is little CJ Kasino. Not only that, man, I got the receipt, but we'll get to that in a minute. As we just done heard, all right, the news analyst explain that these officers actually was doing an investigation and thought that little CJ Kasino was actually someone else. All right, but come to find out, as they continue to trail CJ and continue to do surveillance, come to find out it's not the person that they actually are looking for. But CJ has warrants of his own kind, so they continue the pursuit and the investigation as the police hit the lights. And what do you know? Little CJ Casino brings the chase. And not only does he brings the chase, man, in the process of him actually eluding police in this Kia Sorrento, man, all right, he actually knocked out a electric transformer that caused multiple houses and multiple, all right, residents in that area to lose power and lose water. Now hit the like button, drop your fire and TVs in the chat because this situation is crazy. And not only that, man, it just was a couple of weeks ago. We seen little CJ Casino trolling the situation about what was going on with little Ronnie and his daughter as we seen CJ Casino hit the studio, drop a track. We seen him drop some visuals and continue to troll the situation. But not only that, man, since Hood fame and Casino World beef has ignited, it seems like both of these individuals and both oppositions from both sides just continue to be getting in situations with the law. And why they're busy counting the scoreboard about who's up, who got more bodies. The only ones who is winning the war on the scoreboard is the graveyard and the police department and the feds. Can we all agree? Can we all agree? That part, all right? That part, it's a blowout when it comes to the scoreboard with the graveyard and the scoreboard with you oppositions going back and forth about who got more hats, who got more bodies. All right, it's a no-win situation. Not only that, man, I actually blame this situation on little CJ. All right, myself, as y'all see, he says I'm a long way from Fort Worth as he was down in Miami, chilling, partying, all right, shooting a video on a boat, popping it real hard, real heavy. And not only that, man, as we see when the officers was making the arrest in Houston, which I find that very odd and very strange that he was just in Miami, all right, 2 days ago, and he finds his way to Houston and gets locked up. And not only that, we see him with the black tank top and the Burberry plaid shorts, man. All right, and this is the same outfit that he had on when he was down in Miami, man. So we could clearly see, even down to the tattoos on his arm, all right, that this is little CJ Casino, and he was actually, all right, charged with looting the police, all right, and multiple firearms, magazines, all right, ammunition, you name it. And I believe, all right, that CJ is already on paperwork. CJ has already been in trouble with the law, if I'm not mistaken, in the past for similar, all right, criminal activity. All right, and they saying this time, all right, it's a wrap for CJ Casino. It's a wrap, and this is why he tried to what? Risk it all and give it chase, hoping and praying that he was able to get away. But we know once them lights hit you, man, and they was already doing full-blown surveillance on him, y'all. Understand this. Ever since he said, I'm a long way from Fort Worth, all right, that's when the surveillance started on him. That's what I feel like, all right? He posted too many times where he was at and what he was doing, all right? And we already know, all right, that the police, ATF, law enforcement, state to state is working with federal authorities, and the federal authorities, state to state, is working with the what? State authorities and the state prosecutors, all right? So this situation with little CJ Casino, all right, has definitely reached its boiling point and boiled over. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this whole situation, man. Do y'all think it's over for CJ? Do y'all think it's a wrap? Do y'all think he actually bit off a little bit more than he could chew this time with law enforcement, all right? Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe. Always remember, fear the fire and fear the flames. God fear.